Hi. By the way, Mark Malawi Celebrate International.
In one sentence, how would you like to be remembered after this competition?
Hi, I'm Isa Villaneda from Aurora Province. If I would say one sentence, I would say I would like to remember as a kind-hearted woman that came from Aurora. Because Aurora people is compassionate, kind, and faithful. And I want these values to shine on this stage, on this national stage called Mutya ng Pilipinas. Thank you. If Good afternoon, by the way, everyone. I'm sorry with my voice. I am currently having a hard time speaking, but I will try my best to deliver my answer clearly so that you can understand me. If I were to give one sentence for you, the audience, for me to be remembered, it would be the countryside girl who joins national pageant. It's simple because, as you can see, I'm representing Tuguegarao City, but I also come from the peak of the Philippines, which is in Santa Ana, Cagayan. So I both enjoyed the life in the city and the life in the countryside, and I want to show to my countryside women and female who dares to dream that even if you are in a place that is often unseen and not really into joining beauty pageants, I want you to know that you can also, because as you can see, I am already here as the representative of Mutya ng Tuguegarao. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. Good evening, sorry. I'm Armin Adina from Bing Choir. I'd like to call Mutya ng Makati City. Hello, Mutya ng Makati, I'm here. Congratulations on being an official candidate of Mutya ng Pilipinas. I'd like to know, when did you realize that you were beautiful? And what brought about that realization?
I think I realized that I'm beautiful since I was born on this earth. Because, of course, God will never make anyone ugly. That's why I believe that that's the answer I can have right now.
Thank you.
Okay, go sir. Good evening everyone. Anthony from pageant to. Mutya, 13.
13.
Hello, I am Michaela John A. Garcia, your Mutyanan Plus Martires City.
Hello, alright. So, there's a lot of beauty pageant here in the Philippines. So, what made you decide to join Mutya ng Pilipinas?
I joined Mutya ng Pilipinas because I want to use this platform to support something I truly believed in, accessible healthcare for everyone. I studied medical biology, and that showed me how science changed lives. And I want to be part of that change.
So last three.
And I believe that healthcare is a necessity, not a privilege. So everyone deserves a better medical attention, better healthcare. Thank you.
Ayaw, three po tayo. Okay na po yun, sir. Go po, sir.
I would like to call on Mutya ng Subic, Zambales.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. Maria Lastilmila from Subic, Zambales.
Hello, good evening. and congratulations. By the way, my name is Jojo Mabanes from the Pageantry platform. So, my question is, how would you describe a true Filipino beauty in today's world?
I think the true Filipina beauty in this world is that we keep redefining that we are all beautiful in our own way, and regardless of our color, age, and sizes, that we should break those barriers and standards that keeping us from the box. And that we, as a Filipinas, should have our own terms, and we will never let other people define us. Thank you.
Hi ladies, good afternoon. I would like to ask Mutya, Oriental Mindoro, and Pangasinan. But if there are other ladies who have not yet been called who would like to share in answering this question, you are most welcome. O magkaiba dapat ang sagot, hindi pareho. I thank you, Linda O. So my question is like this. A national pageant is a mix of highs and lows. In other days, your biorhythm is high. In other days, your biorhythm is low. My question is, what to you is the most exciting part of a pageant and what is the most boring?
For me, I would have to say that the most exciting parts about pageantry is really the sisterhood. And I would like to say that it is also the greatest takeaway, because you may win, you may lose, but after the pageantry, the bond stays, the sisterhood continues, and you just keep on making friends and you keep on making connections. Even after a year or two, I'm still friends with some of the candidates, or mostly of the candidates from Pilipinas, where I joined last 2024. And I think it's the most overwhelming, and I think it's the most special thing about pageantry. That strong bond, that strong sisterhood that can last a lifetime. And if I would say that the most boring part, I think there are no boring parts when it comes to a competition. I think the sleepless nights is also somewhat exciting, because you will never experience that again. I was talking with my roommate yesterday and I was telling her, she asked me, what do you think keeps you going? I think what keeps me going is that every day, for the life of me, I know that I will learn something new, and knowledge will just keep on flowing. So even though we only have 2 hours of sleep, you know what? We are still here presenting to all of you the 57th anniversary batch of Mutya ng Pilipinas, and I think there is no boring part when it comes to pageantry. The sisterhood is there, the organization is always here for us. Mutya ng Pilipinas organization is very kind and is very caring to the girls, so I think there's no boring part when it comes to pageantry. Only exciting parts and the sisterhood that lasts a lifetime. Thank you.
Malimgasiago, it's Kian Amin. I am Mutya ng Pangasinan. And to answer the question, I would say that the most exciting part of this pageant is the screening for me, because I got to know my sisters from different places all over the Philippines. And it is really inspiring to see and witness every hometown girl from different areas, not only in the Philippines, but also internationally. And I would say the most boring part would be the times that we are waiting at the backstage, but we transform it into something exciting by talking to each other and sharing our experiences and bonding with the sisterhood. That would be all. Thank you.
Mabuhay, Kiara. I'm Carmina from New Zealand. The most exciting part of being in a pageant for me is quite honestly self-improvement. I like to think that battleships weren't created or built to sit in dock all day. They were built to guide and forge new paths on rough seas. And in joining a pageant, in fact in all pageants that I've joined, they have to a degree been out of my comfort zone. And it's out of my comfort zone where I personally grow the most. On the other hand, the most boring part for me was probably the 8+ hour flight to get here. I was very excited, very much looking forward to starting the competition and the process, so the wait was a little bit agonizing. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Rayam and Nico, and I'm representing California. I would say there are a lot of many things that are exciting about pageants. I would say the most exciting part are the assignments. I don't usually create a lot of content. I am a tattoo artist, so I have to put out my art and everything. However, it's really new and exciting when we get different goodies from everyone, our sponsors, and going through the CWC interiors. That was probably my favorite part. I don't say there was anything boring about pageantry, just because you're always on the go. There's always something new and exciting. Even if you think that you're expecting something, it's totally and completely different. So, thank you guys.
Hello everyone, I'm Brooke Beretta from Florida. So, as you can probably tell on stage, I ended up getting the flu right before the pageant, and I lost my voice for a few days. And I'm someone that's very, very social, so this was really defeating to me because I've been wanting to be Mutya in Pilipinas for around a year now, and this is something that I was really dedicated in. However, I would also say the sisterhood is what is really, really important to me, and they really helped me a lot. They were so encouraging, and I'm really thankful for all the girls and all the empowering women that I'm standing with. And I would say the most boring part, I would also agree, I don't think that there's a boring part. I grew up really shy, so it really pushed me through pageantry to grow as a person and to become the person standing here today, because I never would have thought that I would move from the United States to the Philippines by myself and live out my dreams and even join pageantry and do public speaking. So I'm really, really thankful for this experience, and I'm really thankful for my sisters.
Good evening, everyone. I am Lindsay Luis Latamaranan, 24, from Mabini, Batangas. I think that the most exciting part of this journey is hearing the stories of these shining, beautiful Mutyas. I believe I can't wait to hear these beautiful stories, beautiful, inspiring stories that this Mutya holds. And I can't wait to share my story too. And I think the boring part of pageantry or even this competition is, I can think of any actually, as someone who is juggling both work and pageantry. If I am bored, you'll probably find me sleeping. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone. My name is Marilis Flower Silva and I'm from Quezon Province. For me, the most exciting part about pageantry is that we're able to share our advocacy and purpose for this platform. It is important that we have our purpose to use the platform to bring important causes. And for me, to be honest, the boring part is that I believe that pageantry is not all about glitz and glamours, because we as a queens and as a candidate, we have our own down times. We are struggling and we are being stressed most of the time. But I believe that hinders us to shine as a hometown girl and as a candidate for Mutya ng Pilipinas. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Maria Marisa El Nuevo from the city of Antipolo. Well, the exciting part of this pageant is that I joined in this prestigious pageant because I believe that pageantry is a huge platform where I can show and showcase my advocacy. And aside from that, I am building a bond with the queens, and I was able to give and speak for my advocacy, which is to focus on teaching children, and I want to extend a helping hand to boost our country's way of literacy, and I want to use my voice to provide an access for high quality education, because I believe that's the true meaning of being a Mutya ng Pilipinas. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Juana from Batangas province. I'd say the most exciting part of pageantry is the support that we're receiving, especially from our province. I have been away from pageantry for 6 years, and coming back on the national stage is really something very overwhelming. My Batanganyas, thank you so much for your support. There are a lot of sponsors who have reached out to help, so thank you so much. And for the pouring part, I don't think there's any. If anything, if we have some time, for the past few days, I try to mingle to other girls so that I get to meet and know some of them. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, candidates, the press and the president of Mutya ng Pilipinas, Ms. Cory Carino. And of course, we'd like to request everyone here to please tag Bellevue Manila on IG for all your posts during the event, and please use the hashtags, #ShineHometownGirl, #SanKaMutya, the 57th Mutya ng Pilipinas, and #Bellevue Manila. And of course, to honor their incredible win and to motivate our candidates as they start their own journey, let us all welcome on stage for their send-off, Mutya ng Pilipinas World Top Model Philippines and Flying